Hi, I'm Kristen Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Are You a Charlotte? Today, we have just the most wonderful guest. We found Costas Mandylor, everybody. He plays Friar F. I hope I can say that in my intro. He is in episode 401, The Agony and the Ecstasy, written and directed by Michael Patrick King. And he is Zooming with us from Portugal. And it's so much fun to catch up with him. And he has some amazing stories. So please enjoy. Hi, how are you? Are you in Portugal right now?
I am, my darling. It's nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you. And thank you so much for taking time to talk to us from Portugal. I love it.
I love it too. I was traveling a little bit and it was hard to give the ladies a time, but I made it. We're here.
It all worked out. And we're just so happy to talk to you. We have been really like, we've got to get Costas. We've got to get Costas.
Well, you know what? It's about time we spoke because when I did the show, I couldn't get to you and you looked for me. I remember you put out word that you wanted to say hi.
Yep.
And I had to leave town, which I'll tell you about during the show. And then I came back looking for you, and then it was just like we were at work and you were off, I guess.
Oh, no, I know. And you know what I was really trying to remember? I was like, how did I ever meet Costas in the first place?
I think you knew David Duchovny. I knew him. I don't even know where we met. Did we meet in Vancouver? Or
I just feel like you were part of life in the 90s.
Yes, there were some people that you knew that I knew.
Yes.
And then we bumped into each other a couple of times.
Yes.
And then when I came there, I thought I'll get to see you, and I didn't. But
I know, okay. And I remember like being so excited that we got you, right? Like, yeah, oh my God, Costas is going to play the Friar. It's amazing. And then I was trying to find you. And then I was like, but how did I even know? I just feel like you were just around, like in the world in the 90s in a great way.
Yeah, well, that particular episode had some bad snow, and Kim got really sick when I landed, so I had to wait a week to shoot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I ended up at the Park of Meridian going, what do I do now? And all my naughty boy friends were calling me, and I was going out every night going, oh. And then all of a sudden they go, okay, Kim's getting better. I'm like, okay, I better get some sleep. and what happened was I got some sleep, and I said, okay, I'm ready to go. And the producers of the show said, look, we need you to, we're not going to shoot tomorrow. We need you to go to LA tonight.
What?
To do, you don't know this, but this became a bit of an issue. Am I allowed to tell you this part now?
Yes. Tell me everything.
I don't want to bore you.
No.
So, they say, you've got to go, we're doing this other show and we want you to go in to test for it. I'm like, what do you mean? Usually you get time to prepare this stuff. What do you want me for? They go, we really want you to try to be this. It was a sitcom they were doing, the same producers, right?
Oh.
There were some ladies so I went and I said, no, I'm not going. I'm too tired. I got to go on an overnight. I got to meet people at midday.
What the heck?
I land at 6 a.m. And I'm like, I can't even remember all this 20 pages a day. I'll never do it. And they go, please, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And I believed them. I'm like, fine. I like to, study a little bit. I mean, I'm not that good at just off the page.
I mean,
anyway,
who is?
Oh, well, some people maybe are
not me.
That way.
So wait, let's slow down for 1 second. I have questions already. So someone to do with our show, like Jenny, Cindy, like producers.
Your main female producers, yes.
Wow. They wanted you to test for another show of theirs in LA.
In LA, while I was waiting to shoot with you guys, and when Kim was actually getting ready and feeling better, they said, go today, we'll bring you back tomorrow and you'll shoot the next morning or something like that.
Oh,
and
my God.
I was wrecked in LA. I went into the room with those, 10, 15 people looking at me. I'm like, guys, I can't even speak. How am I going to make you laugh? And they said they were very nice, but I knew that I wasn't going to do it. I get back on the plane. I come back and I had to go straight to work. And I was falling asleep. Thank God your lovely makeup gang put the old cucumber trick and all the stuff they do.
Oh, look, you look fantastic. Okay. Well, I'm sorry if you were tired, but it all worked out. Okay, go ahead. So so this is a fascinating lead up. Like, wow, New York, you're out, you're partying, all your friends are there, you're waiting because Kim's sick. Then you have to fly to LA on an overnight, test for a pilot, and then fly back and go to work.
Go straight to work. And
my God.
To be honest, I would have been fresher after partying because that trip was a nightmare.
Oh.
And I must tell you, Kim was funny because in between shots, we were shooting in the church and outside of the church. And she would talk to me and keep me going because I said, Kim, I don't think I can stay awake.
Oh my
And in
God.
between some of the shots, I was actually nodding off as I finished my stuff. I'd go like that and go back and come back. And it's only happened to me once before with
Wow.
Marley Matlin, which is another story. But that was
Oh
the
my
only
God.
time I was legitimately exhausted where I go, wow. And then one of your producer directors, he was directing it, and there was a bit of an argument going, well, why is he so tired? And I'm like, don't blame me, man. I just went and did what I was asked to do. Let's keep going.
Absolutely.
I wasn't miserable through it. I just was vulnerably tired. But
Oh,
Kim was wonderful.
I'm
We
glad.
laughed, we joked, and then it became a little bit tense because of time. And it was cold, and that's when it got darker, and I had to shoot outside. It got
Oof.
darker earlier. So
Yep.
in the end, I survived it. And I remember somebody drank my soup that I had for breakfast, and I think it was Sarah. And Sarah replaced my soup, which was very lovely.
Oh my God. This is such a great story. It's so funny because you watch something and of course you have no idea what the heck is going on. And obviously I was around and I didn't know any of what you're telling me.
You had some nice days off.
Yeah, I guess I did. Maybe I was in
Well
LA
earned.
myself. I have no idea. But often we would cross board, right? So like sometimes we'd be off, but I don't know in fourth season if we were like fully doing that or whatever, like a lot or a little bit, right? But the thing that I think is funny is that if you just watch the show now, which I don't know the last time you've seen it, like have you seen it lately at all?
I've never watched the episode, but about 1 million people have told me about it.
Oh my God, you're so good. You have never watched it ever?
No,
Oh
I was too afraid to. I was like, well, is it funny? I don't know what.
It's so funny. And you're so relaxed. Maybe now I know that you were actually tired, exhausted, but you're very calm. Like you have this like kind of, it's not, I think of you as an actor as being like intense, and kind of like smoldering intensity. I don't know how to put it. And you definitely have that, right? Because you're this like sexy friar who Samantha doesn't get. Right. Which is like very unusual. Samantha usually gets exactly what she wants. Right.
Right.
And the whole time I couldn't remember this part of the show. I have very little memory of the actual show. So I thought you were going to have sex with her. Like it really seems like she's going to break you down because there's such there is smoldering chemistry, sexual energy, but your face is completely relaxed. You're very part of the reason I wanted to talk to you about it is that it's a different quality than most of the men bring to our show.
Really? Well, it must be exhaustion. And you know what? I mean, I try to be cool and laid back, and it was written nicely. I must tell you, there is a story that I really want to share when you're ready, but I'll save it
I'm
for
ready.
the end.
No, I'm ready now. Share it whenever.
You just mentioned to everybody that that she didn't get me, and I was kind of bummed about it. I'm like, I get on this show that's all about sex in the city, and girls like me. I'm like, and I don't have sex in the city. And when your movie came out on that first weekend, the first big, at every theater in New York City and all over America or all over the world, Sex in the City movie.
Yeah.
I was doing something in New York, and I was with an agent. And he got a phone call in a limousine. We happened to be in a limousine in the city. And he goes, and it's Friday night it's actually before the first showing. And somebody says, listen, we're at this theater. I don't know if it was it wasn't the Ziegfeld, but it was somewhere around there.
Right.
And he said, we're looking for Costas. Would he do a guest appearance? And we'd love to have him. And my buddy says, well, he's next to me right now. And he said, blah, 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 blah. I said, where? And he goes, at the theater. I said, what do they want me to? I said, I only did one episode. What do they want me for? They said, they want you.
Because you're so good.
Well, thanks. But we ended up in the limo. We turn around. We get to the theater. I go into the wings, the hallway, and the theaters are all packed. That was the first. It was about to go off in the city. And I'll never forget waiting. And then they had an introducer, talking and making them laugh and all that stuff.
Wow.
And all theaters were jam-packed. This one in particular, and they go, and we have a special guest here, Costas Mandylor, Friar F, and everybody went crazy, right?
This is great.
I blushed like you wouldn't believe to myself. I could tell I was blushing.
Yeah.
And I walk out, and people are overdoing the clapping and cheering. And
Wow.
there's a balcony to the bottom to my right as the screen's here, and there's people down there, and then there's the people up there. And I looked around, they gave me the microphone, and I go, what do I say? And I said, well, that's the warmest welcome I've ever had, and the warmest welcome for the only guy that never got laid in Sex and the City. And they went crazy. And,
that's so good.
And I went, ladies, thank you very much. And all the gay guys were to my right, and I go, and ladies down there, thank you very much. And everybody kept clapping and laughing, and it was really funny.
I love that.
I said, if they make a second one and I get a chance, I'm coming back as the gigolo. And I handed the mic off and I left, and the movie started, and it was a smash hit, obviously.
That's amazing. I love that so much.
I
It makes
felt like
sense.
Elvis for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you are very you hold like an unusual place in the show. You know what I'm saying? And that number one, she doesn't get you, but number two, you're so present in a very different way than most of the guys are. Like most of the guys are kind of like trying to hit on us and whatever, doing things, and then there's something up about them or whatever, right? You're the opposite, right? Like you're so beautiful, you're just like the way they filmed you and your lips and your eyes, like you're so luscious, and she's just all fascinated, and she's so confident that she's going to get you. And you're watching, and because it is our show, and obviously usually she gets what she wants, you're thinking like she's going to wear him down, right? She brings you the soup cans, and she does all the things, right? She has this plan to raise money for your church and all the things, right? And you look like you're thinking about it at a couple different points, right? Like you do kind of seem like, yes, it might happen. And then at one point she gets down on her knees, you're on your knees, and then you stand up, and then she's in the way they film it. It looks, extremely evocative. And then you're just like, no.
Look, the tension was pretty heavy on that day. And I remember if I wasn't so tired, I was going to rush up. I was asking people where the nearest sex shop was because I was going to rush out and buy something that would be of phallic value. And I was going to put it between my legs towards the end of the scene where I stand up. So my cape would be protruding when I stood up to make everybody laugh.
Oh my God.
Not for the camera, but for the crew.
I understand. Yeah.
But I thought, but what if people get pissed off? So I cowered and I didn't do it.
Oh my God. Really funny. You were downtown. I think there was a pretty close sex shop you could have gone to.
I'm sure there was, but you know what? If I wasn't exhausted, I would have jogged down there.
Oh my God. Adorable.
But that's the thought that counts.
It's true. Absolutely. And sometimes on our set for sure, because we would also film so late, right? So everyone was usually tired. And if you're losing the light, they can get stressy. So maybe it would have worked. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. But I feel like you did, whatever you did worked out, because what is on the show, and I hope someday you just like happen to see it somewhere. I don't know.
I'll go out of my way now that you've said
good.
It's
really good. It's really, really good. I mean, it was really nice for me because I'm watching the 4th season kind of like a fan. I don't remember a lot of it. Like I remember all the early stuff, but I think at this point in life, we were just so busy, and it was just so all the time, everything.
Sure.
I'm like kind of blacked out. So then I'm like watching it for the first time, and it's so good. It's so good. What was it like? Separate from you doing this appearance for the film, which I love, what was it like when the show aired? Like, did people talk to you about it? Did people call you Friar?
I mean, it's just, look, first of all, it's my favorite, character name ever, but people loved saying it. And when you went to places like New York, LA, Vegas, people would shout it across the room. I mean, I really did I knew the impact of the show, but then when I did it, I got a double dose of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible how TV travels when it becomes iconic, especially.
It really is. And I mean, obviously it's now it's on Netflix and new people are discovering, which is so great.
New generation, yeah.
Did you ever feel, I don't know how to say, like objectified by it?
No, meaning sexually objectified?
Yeah, just that they would shout Friar F at you. Was that weird,
I loved
It.
What are you talking about? For me, it's like, I kind of relate to anything that people love. I mean, without them loving it, what are we doing, right?
Absolutely. I just like to ask guys who get into that position if it's weird or if it's good.
I loved it. And to be honest, I was hoping they'd bring me back and say, listen, you've left the priesthood and you're going to get everybody now.
Would have been fantastic. Would have been so good.
You know, like with a cigarette at a bar going, yeah, I left. It's
oh
over.
my God.
You're first.
It would have been great. It would have been so great to do that. I know. I wish we had as well. I mean, it's funny because in a way you're wasted, but in a way you're not, because it makes it almost more strong. Like you're so kind of confident and strong. It's very interesting. Like I did want more though. I did want more for sure. You know, when I watched, and I remember at the time, it was a part that I think they stressed a lot about the casting of, you know, like there's certain parts because it was so unusual. But I feel like you were just the perfect choice, and it was
Did
just
you hear
so good.
Things from the people that ran the show? I hope.
Oh
so.
God, yeah. I remember them all being thrilled. I mean, I didn't know about this other whole drama, right? But also, like, why were the girls trying to cast you in another show? Like, what on earth? Like,
well, I don't know, but I took it as a compliment. I thought, why would I turn them down? This is like really nice of them. But
yeah.
You never want to put yourself in a losing position.
No, of course. It's just like timing wise, that's a lot going on. That's a lot going on. And I'm going to have to ask them the next time they come back, Jenny and Cindy, like, what was actually happening and what did you do to Costas? Like, what's going on? But I think that I remember people talking about you on the set, like, oh, Costas Mandylor.
Really?
And I was like, I know. You know,
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the makeup department. And I mean, everybody was very into you, which, you know, it's always, of course, everyone loves you, as we know.
Well, you know, it's when I look back, I tended to get on well pretty much with everybody, especially the people that we needed and that took care of us in the mornings and at the night and in between. And the relationship that we have there are sort of we're with people all those hours.
Yep.
And I became very fond of people that I work with. I mean, I miss a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a shame. But like you said, we're always in survival mode to look our best and do our best. That we look back on, did that really happen? Those 5 or 10 years or 7 years went bang.
Yeah.
But I'm thrilled that people were, you know, saying something good. That's good.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Can I talk to you about Portugal for a second? Because I've never been, but I really want to go. How is it? Are you loving living there?
I am. And it happened all that COVID era when the world was going cuckoo. A buddy of mine said, I'm leaving. And I actually moved to Vegas that year because I didn't even know why I went to Vegas, but I remember I had a great place. And as soon as I get there, the heat started coming, and then they locked us in.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God. So I was walking around this man-made lake every day to get some exercise, but we had to pretty much stay in and shop. And Vegas was like a ghost town. I remember going down the strip a couple of times, and there was one guy on a bicycle and a couple of guards with machine guns in front of a couple of hotels with steel rails, because I guess the money's underneath, right? And it was really like a Twilight Zone episode. But after that, a buddy of mine said, listen, I'm going to Portugal. I said, what's in Portugal? And he said, there's an island there called Madeira. And I said, what's Madeira? And I'm into islands because I'm Greek. You know, we have a lot of beautiful islands.
Yeah.
And Sicily and all that stuff. And somehow he talked me into it. And I ended up on this. I was going to Europe to shoot during this madness. And I was in Turkey and Croatia with people where we were shooting. Nobody cared. And then I ended up coming to visit this guy, and my lovely wife, who was with me, fell in love with it. And I'm like, but what is this place? It's like, I'm Greek. I should be on a Greek island, not a Portuguese island. but it was just, I mean, you know, villages and islands are just no stress. And everybody that visits you feels like they're on holiday. So everybody's always happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, years have gone by. So I live in New York and part-time and this Portugal. And it just seems like it's 6 hours away from New York. So
amazing.
It's easy. Direct flights from New York to you. You can always visit, my dear.
Oh my God, I would love to. I love, have you ever seen the 100-foot wave?
Yeah, the Nazaré.
Yeah. Wow.
I haven't been there yet, but that optic is just thrilling. And I can't wait to do it. I'll do it someday.
Oof.
And I'm not that far away, but that's spectacular.
It's spectacular and very terrifying. Like I watched that show and I'm just so scared, but it's so incredibly gorgeous and it makes me really want to go to Portugal. I mean, it just looks magical. The whole place looks
Well,
magical.
Portugal, the lifestyle is simple. It's, they did have a little communist era where they've caught up with the modern world now, and it's very affordable. It's a good quality of life. People are still old world, old school, please and thank you. So, in general. So it's just a touch of old world class,
Beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful life you've made.
Well, a lot of people have come here way before me.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular island is famous for its wine, and it's wine really. But
right.
Ronaldo was born here, and he became the greatest player in the world.
Right.
And of course, he is everything. The statues, the airport, everything is Ronaldo. It's a little diamond in the middle of. It's basically the jewel. It's like the Hawaii of Europe.
Wow.
Basically.
Amazing.
And there's people from Germany, America. Unfortunately, the locals are making money because they're selling their farm and village land for big money, and they're building beautiful hotels and whatnot. But it's becoming a little crowded, and it's kind of ruined its little. Churchill used to come here and paint in the 50s.
Wow. Yeah. And then when I looked at IMDb, they had literally 10 things that you're currently doing. So I got so confused. What? Are you traveling, working? Are you going, coming? Okay.
I've been working in Europe. And of course, when I get my chances to go back home, I do it. I was just in Virginia, and I always land in New York and catch up with my New York buddies.
Nice.
And it's a thrill because it's not that far away, because Europe sounds like a big trek.
Right.
But this is actually the closest, apart from the Azores, this is the closest European spot to the East Coast.
Nice.
So they have direct flights on United and something else.
Wow.
Azores Airlines in Europe. You're there in 6 hours. I remember when the COVID thing was happening, we'd have to go back and forth, and it was 18 hours and stop here, and you'd have to go to London and then back there. And,
Lord.
And to Lisbon. And then when they opened up the direct flights, it was 6 hours, felt like an hour. It was easy.
How great. What a great, great life. So you're traveling all over working.
Luckily, yeah. I've got a couple of gigs now where I'm going to travel to Tenerife, which is only 45 minutes away in Spain. And then I go to Australia. I don't know about you. Where did you grow up as a kid?
South Carolina.
Okay. Oh, that's why the Charlotte. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever gone back and done a movie in your hometown.
No, I haven't.
I'm about to do that in Melbourne, Australia, where I grew up.
Wow.
And I always go back, and unfortunately, parents have passed and grandparents,
Yeah.
And it just happens, right? But I'm always searching for that teenage thing that I missed because I've been gone for 35 years or something.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually going to do a piece that takes place in the late 70s, early 80s. Ooh. So I'm going to go baback in time in the movies, which will be interesting, in my hometown, which is going to be something to revel in,
Yes.
Because it's hard to go back because things change, but I always walk down these little streets and alleyways that I grew up in, and you can't go back in time, but it's nice to reminisce.
Absolutely, and the joy of our job is that we get to kind of time travel and revisit things in our mind, at least. And that would be great. I love Melbourne. I've been to Melbourne. I didn't realize you were from Melbourne. That's cool.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
And you are from Charlotte?
I'm from South Carolina is Columbia. North Carolina is Charlotte, but it has nothing to do with Charlotte. They didn't really ever ask me that. They just named her Charlotte. I don't know why. Okay. I guess Candace Bushnell named her Charlotte.
Okay. I've been to South Carolina.
Did you work there?
Yeah. I went to a couple of those Comic-Con shows down there.
Oh, yeah.
And I visited this haunted sort of museum-esque farm, and this guy found me, and Benji, great guy. But I remember I finally finished everything, and it was football Sunday, and I'm like, I'm going to have a few beers and relax, and you can't drink on Sundays down there.
I know. Can you believe they still do that? It's so crazy.
Good for the diet. But
that's true. Good for the diet, but also weird. Just weird. Yeah, there's some weird things about the South. But you know what? I have never seen the Saw movies. I assume that's why you would be taking part in whatever. Apparently, you're some kind of a bad person. What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
How could this be true?
I don't know. They're doing that to me lately. Look,
what?
I was invited into that show, and it was a huge smash success, right?
Yeah.
And I remember going, I'm going to be a surprise baddie.
Yeah.
And I didn't even read the rest of the script. I just pretended that I was walking through the movie, naive as hell, so I didn't manipulate the audience. And apparently it worked because they had. If I didn't say I'm going to trick you here, I wasn't tricking anybody. So I was just walking around Mr. Innocent. And by the end of the movie, people go, "Oh, fuck."
Amazing! Wow,
it worked out good.
That's a really good choice.
Yeah, I mean, I heard something else that was interesting too. Did you ever see a movie? It's a very boy movie. Gerard Butler's in it with 50 Cent. It was Den of Thieves. Have you ever heard of that film?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I saw it.
It's a heist movie, and I met the director, and there's a crew of cops that Gerard Butler's the head of, and then there's a bunch of bad bank robbers. And I remember before they started the movie, what I found out was the director said to Gerard's cops, "You're the bad guys." And to the bad guys, he said, "You're the good guys."
Interesting.
So without doing anything but that direction, the movie was great to watch.
Wow.
You were like, "What's going on here? This is weird." The cop is really like bad.
Wow.
Like, so it threw everybody into a loop. So I guess those weird, wonderful choices are something that we take a chance on once in a while.
Absolutely. And I think they pay off for sure. I mean, that whole genre is so scary to me, but I learned from my producers that you're apparently like a sneaky bad guy, which is super interesting. Yeah.
I behaved myself. They let me live, and I've done about six of them. And little did I know how huge they were.
Wow.
And I'm not a big horror guy apart from The Exorcist, but I do these Comic-Cons now, and I'm sure you've done your
I have never been to such a thing. Nope.
Well, I tell you, when you go across the seas to places like, England, Ireland, and Germany, and Belgium, and Paris, you kind of go, you really realize what we do travels, man, because there's thousands of people in line. I mean, the really big ones are The Walking Dead. It's not just horror, by the way. There's the sci-fi ones. There's, there's iconics. I mean, I know the Lost Boys have done a couple, and I happen to be at them.
Wow.
I mean, huge
people.
And they've got the band there to play the music, the theme. So there's like a whole party.
Wow.
But little did I know how many people are standing in line to see little old me.
That's amazing. I love it.
They tell you stuff that you don't think about, I just love the fans and the exchanging with them. I mean, people come up in wheelchairs, army vets, families, females with kids, and all sorts. And I think it's just good for the heart to meet them,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I just don't think they have, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they have that kind of a thing for like female rom-com-y people.
If you guys did it, if you did it, I think a lot of people would show up. But
interesting.
You would have to be protected well, because a lot of men had crushes on all the girls. I'm sure of it.
I one time went to Vegas because we had slot machines for the show, which was so crazy, right? I remember when they asked us originally, because you have to give your approval, and we were like, "Oh, Sarah Jessica's never going to say yes to this," but thankfully she did, because these things did well, and we were well paid for them, but they would have to redo them every couple years because the people who play slots like really play it religiously and need new content, I guess. Sure. I don't totally understand. So they would redo it. And one time when they redid our contract and redid the machines, they asked me to go to Vegas, and I did, on the floor, signing things and whatever. It was very trippy. That's the closest I've come to a Comic-Con type of a situation. But it was fun. It was nice. It was nice to see the people. Everybody was lovely, like so lovely and really, really sweet. And it's nice because it's kind of a different group of fans that you're seeing than you would see just, I don't know, in LA or New York,
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Which was fun. All right. Is there anything else that we didn't cover? Because, man, I got all kind of good stories here.
Look, first of all, you've always been a real lady to me, and I'm glad to speak to you.
Me too.
I hope one day we can be on the screen together, because sometimes you wait 20 years and you meet up with people and go, "It's finally."
100%. I love that part of our job, right? That there's always a possibility, and that people you might have met 100 years ago, you love them and you want to connect with them, and someday it'll happen. So I'm going to put that out there. I'm going to have to get myself into some kind of an action movie, I think.
Well, action, or, we could be a couple living by a lake and something weird can happen.
I'm down, Costas. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm calling my people.
My life.
Great. Let's do it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so nice to talk to you. I'm so glad that you're doing so well.
Thank you, darling. I'm really glad you thought of me, and say hi to all your team.
I
That
will.
patiently waited for me.
Oh,
Big
I
kiss to
will.
you.
I've got to call
Big
those girl
snap.
writers right now and find out what was going on because I need all the details.
Tell them I love them anyway, and I
will.
bless you.
I will,
always.
of course. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
That's the one thing that I always did to people when they said "fire fuck" across the room. I just go.
That is so perfect. Fantastic. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you so much for joining us. It's wonderful to see you, even via Zoom. Wish you were here in person. I'm glad you're doing well.
I'll find you. Big hug to your dog.
Okay, big hug to you too. Bye. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye, Costas.